All right, let's talk about the negative reinforcement first, because I think that's the one we all naturally gravitate to, and it really is the easiest. It sounds like it's the best because it's the easiest to move towards, but it has the most side effects. So we'll talk about the side effects a little bit later. Negative reinforcement, most of the time we think of it as like punishment, spanking, yelling, screaming, all those kind of things. And everybody knows that's not a good way to motivate your children. But there's a lot of negative reinforcement that we do that we don't think about as a negative reinforcement. For example, you do that, I'm going to ground you. I'm going to take away your PlayStation for a year, okay? All of that is also negative reinforcing because, again, we're putting our kids in a situation where they're avoiding something. That's the whole point of negative. We're avoiding something from happening. There's one other form of negative reinforcement that we probably don't think about as parents, but that's talking. We as parents are really good at talking to our kids, and we actually use it as a negative reinforcer. We talk to our kids, did you do your homework? Did you do this? Did you take care of this? Is this done? Is this that? And the whole intent, the positive intent in our talking to our kids is to motivate them, but we're motivating them in a negative. The way negative reinforcement works in that kind of scenario is I'm setting up a situation like I'm turning on an alarm and the alarm's going bzz, 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 bzz. And the only way you can shut the alarm off is by doing whatever it is you're supposed to do. And then when you do what you're supposed to do, then the alarm shuts off. And I'm relieved because the alarm is not sounding in my ear anymore. And so it motivates me, but it motivates me in the negative. I'm trying to get rid of something. I'm trying to avoid something. So that's probably the most common negative reinforcer that we as parents use is we talk to our kids too much. We ask them questions too much. We're always checking up on them too much. And we're thinking that's a good thing because we're kind of staying on them. But actually, really what we're saying to our kids is, hey, if you don't want me to ask you about your homework, you should probably do it before I ask. And if I have to ask, I'm going to keep asking until you get it done. All of that, even though it seems innocent or seems positive, really turns out to be part of that negative system, some of the stuff we want to avoid.